Back a few months ago in March, our assembly at our annual general meeting approved a number of proposed actions to make improvements in the way that we do things in organized real estate. And the work that we're doing as a futures implementation team is to engage people across the country, realtors across the country, in those various actions, because we're going to need further approvals to actually put them in place. So that's kind of what we're doing. We're here to talk with a group here in Calgary, as we've done in other locations across the country.
Collaborating with other members, we get to see different perspectives, and that engages something in your head that you can decide is a good point, or it changes your opinion a little bit about what the role of organized real estate is moving forward. And it's been good because there's been a lot of perception shifts throughout the day, so it's been good.
Well, we've had a number of initiatives that realtors across the country that we engaged over the last year thought were important for us to consider. So we've fleshed those out a little bit more, and we're just trying to get now input on the specific actions, where last year it was ideas on the kinds of things we should even be looking at. So it's moving along.
The Canadian Real Estate Association has been putting a plan together for the last couple of years to be able to make some big changes for organized real estate in the country, nationally. And today we were looking at getting some input from our local members on how they would like to see this go forward.
Things like whether or not for sale by owners should be part of the Realtor.ca program, whether or not a Realtor program should be in effect. What kind of shared services can we have within the province, and what also we can do to flatten real estate, because there's just a lot of overlap between CREB and RECA and the local boards and area as well.
Change is always difficult. People don't like change just for change. They need to see a benefit if they're going to change. They need to understand what's in it for me if I'm going to change. And so that was one of the reasons that a lot of these people came together today, was to be able to ensure that they had some input. So yes, there is appetite for change. They feel that there's too much politics, there's too many layers, therefore that's likely costing them more money than they really need to be putting out to the associations and different levels of government, if you will, within our industry.
It was amazing the different opinions we had from across the board, north and south, east and west in the province. And it was great to hear it firsthand. And the roundtable discussion was very healthy, very productive.
We'll be taking that information forward to the special general meeting in Winnipeg at the end of October, and be able to take that information from our membership and from the group here in Alberta forward and use that for our voting purposes there on what it is that they're looking to change at CREB.
The best compliment I've had, one of you all have, is when a client says, I could never do what you do.
Oh, I appreciate it. I mean, you can get up and speak your mind, and for 19 years I sat behind my desk in my office running my own business and not talking about people making decisions for me, and it's about time that I stood up for what I believe and share my experience.
The only way you can stay in business is to do a good job and to benefit the consumer and to develop your business in the future to get referrals. You all know that's how we do it. So over-analyzing, let's do the things that work is what I'm suggesting. But thank you, Fran.
A professional realtor is someone who takes their business seriously, someone who puts the customer before themselves, someone who educates themselves about the industry, the houses, the way things are being ran, what the consumers want, what the rest of what is happening in business in general locally, and then how it affects your client, right? And to be a professional realtor, you have to understand your client. They're the ones that have the needs, that are paying us as professionals, and you just have to have open communication with your client. That's a professional realtor.
you know what, I'm not alone in this. There's a lot of people like-minded that want to move forward, want to make the industry better, and want to make it less expensive for members to be part of it, and also raise the bar of professionalism in our industry and help the consumer understand what we're all about.